Hello, Comedy Jonah.
Hey, Curto. What's the middle of the day?
It's a very special middle of the day show that I'm sure no one will be here for live because it's the middle of the day. But
I'm
it's a
still drinking coffee because it's only noon here.
oh, I love that for you and your little Wonder Woman cup.
That's right, baby. Gotta get my power. Gotta get my power.
Well, this is probably a great time to remind people, since this is the middle of the day show, that if you know, we're gonna end up directing people here because people are already asking, "Where's your Thursday night show? Where's your Thursday?" And I was like, "We're doing it Friday afternoon." Blah blah blah. Now, if you guys followed, like, and subscribe places like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, then you would get alerted when all of these fun things happens and you would know. So make sure that you thumbs up, hit that bell here in YouTube. Of course, you guys commenting below, we always read. John reads them a lot more than I do. I mean, RuPaul taught me don't read the comments, but John reads the
I don't
comments.
listen to RuPaul. Not always.
So make sure that you share the show. Share it because people probably missed it, and you can put it in a Facebook group or an Instagram post, or or don't do anything. I don't care.
Sit there and relax.
Just relax. Just have a nice day. Tweet us questions if ever you want about anything using hashtag YRRLive. But look, you guys know the deal. Your support, your sharing, your love of the shows is what keeps them going, and we very much appreciate it. Comedy Jonah. So, John was away on Wednesday, and I was busy being told that I'm dying from my doctor and avoiding a tornado on Thursday. So, we had there's been a lot happening these past 2 days. Now,
Yeah.
I feel like John, that you're probably on the same page with me on this one, that
hmm
that week's over.
It's done. It's behind us.
It's already behind us. However, I know you guys kind of want to hear our thoughts on the, maybe like the main topics that happened on Wednesday and Thursday, and your questions. So if you're watching live right now in YouTube or YouNow, put your questions in the chat that you have for John and I about the episode or whatever you want, and we'll answer those too. I don't mean whatever you want. I mean whatever you want about Big Brother. Don't be like, age,
Yeah.
sex, location. You know what I'm saying? So,
hmm
so
Yeah.
about the shows. But we thought this could be more of a Friday afternoon with chat and talking about the highlights from the past two episodes. Now, I will say, John, I did sneakily go live and watch the endurance comp with everyone last night.
Yes.
But whatever. Let's go back to Wednesday. Because Wednesday, we had, Kyland's game getting a little bit exposed to the
hmm
ladies. We had Hannah winning a POV. So,
Yeah.
for starters, Hannah POV, were you shocked?
You know what? It's so funny because I haven't been that big of a Sarah Beth fan, but then I also get into like underdog mode. So when she was doing it and it seemed like the edit showed she did it correctly the first time, I was like, ooh, I was kind of secretly voting for her in my mind to win. But I was a little shocked that Hannah did beat her. Absolutely.
Okay, so I think what you meant to say was that you were rooting for her to win and not voting for her to win. John, we're not
Correct.
giving
Am I doing
any
it now?
votes. She's not America's favorite player.
I
And look,
wasn't invoking her to win.
you were e-voting her.
I wasn't e-voting her or evoking her. I was in my mind, I was like, oh, I hope she wins. This could really kind of, change some stuff up. I mean, I love the cookout. I think it's an amazing thing. what they've accomplished since week 3. But
Yes.
we want to see a little something. So I would have liked a Sarah Beth to win and take herself off the block.
And I would like to remind everyone that the views of Comedy Jonah are not reflectful of reality recaps as a whole, and you can tweet him directly at Comedy Jonah with any of your complaints.
Just I'm customer service of your reality recaps.
So, you can do that. I mean, a lot of people not on board with, Sarah Beth. It is weird. I do agree with you. Normally, I very much am a rooting for the underdog type of person. There's something about Sarah Beth that's unrootable to me.
Well, listen, I don't want her to win or be in second,
Well, good,
or
because spoiler alert.
necessarily get fan favorite. I just wanted it to be shooken up a little bit, And, I believe it was Wednesday, no, maybe Thursday, that, we thought a triple eviction was happening. And then we learned we're going to have 2 doubles in a row. So
Thank you.
that's amazing. And yeah, and they're
Thank you.
listening, right? They're listening to the Oracle. To the Oracle.
Thank you. The Oracle's busy at the moment, but I, Eric, will say I don't feel like clicking any buttons right now. The Oracle.
Great show.
They listened, and you're
Glad
correct.
you
I mean, it is amazing. I do feel that they listen to the fan complaints of, look, we're all on board. We all love the cookout. We want to get to watch the strategy of them go down. Give us a scenario where we get to see that. Had we had a triple eviction in 2 weeks from now, we miss all of the drama. So now what they told us last night was 2 double evictions, which what that means to everyone is, in a best case scenario, and the train is still on this track, Alyssa goes home at the beginning of the episode this coming Thursday. Claire goes home at the end of the episode this coming Thursday. Then we have an entire week of just the cookout left, of them strategizing and having to go after each other. And then what they don't know is that they're going to think they got time to whittle this down, but no, Thursday, the 2 Thursdays, another double eviction. So I mean, we can just talk about whatever, I guess, now, but so the thing is, come Thursday, we really need... Oh, God, I don't know what the best case scenario is. Like, I'm thinking... We kind of want 3 of the girls to be able to play in not this coming double, the following double. That guarantees Kyland and X are gone.
Right.
But if one of them doesn't win this coming up double, then they're not... Then if one of them wins it, they're going to probably put up 2 guys. They could lose a guy then. And then it would be 2 guys versus 2 girls going into the next double. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of scenarios to play out here. I'm not sure what's best for them.
No, and what also makes me nervous is because we know that Tiffany won the HOH, so she will not be eligible next week for the first round of the double, right?
Correct. Yeah. She won't.
And that
but I
makes
mean,
me nervous that they could put her on the block. She's the one that forged this plan with the cookout. And I don't know anybody who would want to sit next to her with that information.
Well, oh, no. It doesn't matter. It does. You're correct. You just terrified me for a second. I'm like, why have I not been worried about this? No, you're forgetting. They got to get rid of Claire. So it doesn't matter. Now, I mean, sure, of course it matters. Let's say Kyland wins, or any of them win, they will put up Tiffany and Claire on this double eviction. So now, technically, the cookout could go.
That's what I mean.
We're at 6, Tiffany's... But I honestly... No, they're never
I
doing it.
I
They're
hope
getting rid
that
of
they
Claire.
don't. I hope
They're
that they
never gonna.
don't.
They're
They're
not
not
gonna.
going to, just like we thought maybe there was a chance maybe with Kyland after what he pulled this week. What did you think about his sit down with Hannah, I believe on Wednesday, when he was trying to kind of convince her to use the POV on him because he wanted to give SB a sympathy vote?
Destiny, destiny, destiny,
Oh, he's
destiny. So,
pressing buttons now. Yay.
I'm back. Hi, it's me, the Oracle. That whole edit was a load of shit. It was a big, stinky, steaming pile of shit. You know why? They just had to cram that edit down the casual viewer's throat when nothing went down like that. Yes, Kylan went and asked Hannah, use it on me. And then they showed a little bit of the frustration from the six. But
Mhm.
we all know that past week was filled with the Cookout being frustrated with Kylan, Xavier wanting Kylan to keep his name out of his mouth, people, realizing what a selfish or self-serving game Kylan plays. A lot of talk about Kylan will always do what's best for his own personal game, almost ahead of the six, where people like Xavier, Hannah, and Derek Frazier feel they're always putting the six first.
No, and I agree with that too. And another thing that's, I don't know it's how it's bothering me or not, but when we're listening to Kylan's goodbye messages and he's talking even with SB, even with Derek X, I've been working in this group of six. He's basically telling them, because all you
Yeah,
have to do
what
is
a
pretty much
douche.
count right now. Do you think that's smart of Kylan to do that? Is it smart for this jury to know about the cookout so soon? Or is it just wait until the last week before they vote when they realize, oh my gosh, there's been this amazing dominant alliance?
They know. They all know. They know. They don't want to say that they know. We know they know. Kyland all but told Sarah Beth the other night already. So that's why she wasn't surprised when she saw her goodbye messages. And if you, for those of you that did not watch her extended exit interview with Julie, Julie flat out said to Sarah Beth, so who do you think is in the secret alliance? And Sarah Beth said, well, Azza said the member, or it's a cause, like that she's in it, that it is a cause close to her heart. And then Sarah Beth says, as far as I know, there's never been a black winner of Big Brother, which is not true, but that's what she said. So she goes, so I'm going to assume that all the black people are working together in the house. She said it nice, like she said, like, I think it's this person and this, but I mean that's what she said. So
Mhm.
it comes across as Sarah Beth knows. We kind of know she knows because Kylan all but told her last night, and then I feel his goodbye message made it really clear. Like, I wanted you to stay. The people I'm working with wouldn't let me.
Mhm.
I think he spelled it out for her. I think
To
he
get
spelled it
to
out for her.
so that she would vote for him, basically, is what he's doing, thinking of his
Oh,
own individual game. Yeah.
100% him doing this in these goodbye messages. I'm interested to see, and I don't see a lot of, annoyance from the fans about, like, this to me. And again, I'm a white person, so now you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel that this is going against the mission of the cookout. No, because they all agreed we're not telling any of them in case there's a battle back. And now here's Kylan in his DRs laying it out for these people.
Right.
And he's doing the stupid thing that annoys me that they always do of, I'm not saying a name now. So I'm going to target the person. They have blonde hair. Name sounds like Blair. She has the wild blonde hair and looks like she should be on The Walking Dead and gets more and more crazy looking in each GR as the season goes on. I mean, I don't know that. Production doesn't talk to me. But I just want to point out, I'm not saying a name. So if you try and pin me down and say I said Blair, I won't. Okay? Because I didn't. I feel like he's doing that, but he's
Yeah.
saying it and spelling it out. And I feel like I don't understand why people. I mean, don't get me wrong. No one likes Kyland. I honestly think we know that Zingbot is coming in
Oh
on
my gosh,
this week.
so
I
excited.
honestly
So excited.
I honestly think this is going to be, an epic season for many reasons, the cookout aside. I
Hmm.
think it'll be the first time Zingbot walks in and is like, Tiffany, I love you. Claire, I love you. Xavier, you're great. Fuck you, Kylan. Fuck you, Kylan. Fuck you, Kylan. Fuck you, Kylan. And walk out the door
Maybe,
and go, you get all
maybe,
those things.
maybe Zingbot will whisper it to Kyland. Is that a good Zingbot? I don't even know. No? No.
No, I got embarrassed for you. I don't know what that just was. What
I was
was
trying
that?
to whisper a Zingbot voice, but I guess no.
Zingbot is like I don't even know if
Everybody, please stand by. I Zingbot. There,
you
I
guys
got it. Right there, Kyland. Get the
I
fuck
mean
out.
get them I feel like noise canceling will cancel it. But yeah, I do yeah. Rod Carson in chat says, John, don't ever do that again. It was
You
like
tried things. Hey, you
I
tried things.
I thought you were doing Sarah Beth. I thought you were doing like, hi Kylan, I want you to go to Kylan. Hi
Kylan, I
Kylan.
don't know what you're gonna do when I'm gone. So I should be the one that stays.
I'm gonna not finger bang you.
Gross.
We're just friends. I love Shelly.
Best friend.
We're totally friends in all the ways that friends say I love you and rub on each other 24/7. Look, I was such a defender of Christine, so I cannot be a hypocrite here and be like, we are not blaming Sarah Beth for the flirting and putting that on her and did it and like all of this. But I will say, if we were going to rate them on a scale of how they were, I would call
Yeah.
Christine a 3 and Sarah Beth and Kylan a 9 on the petting and laying and cuddling and neck choking. But yeah,
neck
I
choking.
don't.
Your tweets
I-
about the neck choking are the funniest.
He's always choking her in every scene. He always has his arm like
What
here,
was
like
she, like-
around her neck.
What was your last one? Like she was curling her hair and she's trying to curl her hair.
Yeah, she was curling her hair. He had his arm around her throat. She actually accidentally burned his hand.
Oh, I would have.
I love this so much, Kylan. I love when you choke me. I love when you choke me, Kylan. I love it. You're my best friend. Choke me more, Daddy.
Choke me and spank me.
And not for
Yeah.
nothing, speaking of that POV, you're goddamn forensic scientist. Your job is to notice what's wrong in things, Sarah Beth. Literally your job.
Well, do you think, I mean, if I was to go on Big Brother, I would tell my spouse, listen, not that I'm going to like have intercourse, but I'm going to be flirty and laying and stuff. And if you watch the feed, you're going to see that. I'm going to do
Okay.
anything I can, all my sexual, everything to try to get.
No, I don't care.
to
Do
the
whatever
end.
you want. Fucking have a
Would
circle
you?
jerk.
Would you?
Oh my god, I would literally offer blowjobs in the freaking to production if I thought it would help. Here, I don't care about that. My point is, she's like, we're just friends. We're just friends. It's just that we're just friends. No,
We're just
it's just We're just friends. He totally has a bomb strapped underneath my shirt and says he will kill me and my whole family if I don't say we're friends. Because I don't get it. But yeah, I would do all of those things. I
Oh
don't
my
get
God.
it. I don't
Yeah.
get what I don't get it. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Aside from that, because I do feel he's kind of condescending to people, but I want to, again, I am solely talking about Kylan in this house. I do believe how people act in the house is not how they are in the real
Of
world.
course, of
And,
course.
and I like his ability to communicate and work through feelings. So, maybe they will get together in the real world. And I could see them being a cute couple if he, dials his therapy, therapizing people back a few notches. I think they'd be a cute couple.
I don't see it. I don't think Sarah Beth's gonna really want anything to do that much with Kyland after
Oh,
this.
no,
Yeah.
me neither. So many people are like, they're going to realize it's a game. They're going to realize it's a game.
Hmm.
No, she's not. She's sitting there crying on his chest, pouring her heart out of, I don't understand why he's not listening, why they don't listen. I'm making the best, arguments. This doesn't, and he's never filling her in. She's gonna take it personal. Now look, they gotta vote for someone. So,
Hmm.
you gotta vote for someone. But if Kylan doesn't make it to the end of this game, yeah, I don't know if Sarah Beth and him, it could go either way. I honestly think she seems like, who's that other robot girl, speaking of robots? The one who none of us ever heard from. Sam. Remember
Oh
Sam?
yes,
She was the robot.
Sam.
She had a lot of, I really think she had some mental health issues in that house.
I think she's
And
from
she
Seattle.
left. Yeah, we never heard from her again. Like, she
No.
literally went to a trailer and was, and I don't mean that, like, that's what she said. Like, she said, I'm going to my trailer in the mountain
Hmm.
to, like, and, like, be alone and did it. So, whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of see Sarah Beth being that way. Like,
No,
she's gonna be
I
done.
don't.
And...
Well, I don't see her, in a trailer living like a nomad or a
No, but
gypsy
go
or
away.
anything. But I see her going back to Shelley. I see them working things out, and I see her being a
Oh, I know.
forensic scientist, and I see her just going back to work. I mean, I don't even
Well,
think she really did anything that could even damage her job reputation,
oh
right?
no,
So I
she
think she's
hasn't.
going to be just fine. Yeah, she doesn't care.
I don't think anybody this season has done anything to damage themselves.
Whitney.
People,
Yeah.
people who don't like Kylan, we don't like Kylan, and I say this all the time, probably because he's playing the best game, and we want our faves to be doing better. Kylan really, we're all mad at Kylan doing all this stuff. Well,
I'm
he's
not.
doing all this stuff to win. There's only one winner.
Yeah.
That is what you should. In any other season, what Kylan is doing is what you need to do to win. There's only one winner.
You
So, I
do.
mean,
Just like C. Farlow 58 in the YouTube chat says Kyland is a chameleon. You need to be a chameleon. Now, with Kyland, we have the cookout. Nobody is really standing out as far as their individual game, maybe trying to build their resume up with HOHs or POVs. But Kyland's really standing out as far as
yeah,
trying to structure his individual game. It's kind
he's
of
doing
putting
it
a
well.
target on his back. And we know the cookout is noticing it. But do you think other cookout members should be focusing on their individual game as well, or is that smart or is it not smart?
I mean, again, the Cookout's mission is the six of them to get to the six, and they're supposed to be working as one group unit. Now, I would not do that. So to me, no, it does not make sense that they are not working on their own personal games in the way that Kyland is. Or you could also argue some of them kind of are. I don't feel that Azah is. I think she is full for the group ahead of her own agenda. Same thing kind of with Derek Frazier. However, we know from, let's talk about last night's HOH then for a minute.
Yeah.
What we saw happen. For starters, we have Julie being like, it's the entire house against Alyssa, who just fell. So now we don't know what the fuck drama we're gonna build up. We got goddamn 12 minutes to fill this fucking episode. She was pissed about that. Then they cut to commercial break. They come back. Derek, I mean, look, Alyssa fell
We didn't get to
after
see him
Derek.
fall, right? We didn't get to see him fall.
Well, we saw her fall. We were watching it on the feed. She didn't fall
Derek,
right away.
Derek.
Derek, yeah. He fell during the commercial break. There's been a lot of drama. Like, there's been a lot of conspiracy theories here. Number one, if you watched, it looked like the machine was having trouble raising before they cut to commercial break, and then it looked like it couldn't move either. So, like normally when
we just have to hang here, yay!
Yeah, and then it cut to commercial, and then it came back, and Derek is sitting on the sidelines, pissed off, not talking. So there are some people who have said conspiracy theories of he was asked to get off during the commercial break. Now, I don't see how that could happen, because how would that be fair? And then they'd have to cover that up with all the people. Like, I don't know. That seems like a...
And then you don't have a chance to win HOH. So what happens to you? Maybe they say, oh, okay, back channel production. You can't nominate Derek this week. Derek's safe, right? Is that what they would do?
I mean, I would be like, okay, how much? So in other words, like, to keep this quiet, we're going to pay all of you $5,000. You have to sign something in the DR. Like, I've heard...
They can't talk about it on the live feeds or anything.
Anywhere. Like, I've heard there have been previous seasons where, let's say, a house guest had an eating disorder, and the cast was paid to keep that under wraps and had to sign away for that. Or there have been seasons where the cast has in the jury house been able to watch the show, like production forgot to unhook the show in like the pool house. So they would go and watch the show, and then when production found out, they made them all like sign away that you're never saying this anywhere, and you get a $5,000 bonus. So like there have been things in the past that they allegedly, I mean, I don't know this. How would I know this? Allegedly, I heard from an anonymous emailer that this happened. So don't count on it. It could be totally false. Don't trust random emails. But in the case that it's true, this is what I heard.
Wow, that's a lot to not hear.
Right. So, whatever. That's the first point. Second point, then Alyssa. So I really don't think that happened. I think that's too much to keep under wraps. I think Derek, once again, I'm sorry. I love him. He's hysterical, but he's a flop when it comes to comms. I can't take he almost feels like he deserves to win, like he's been pouting, because the plan was to throw it to him. The plan was, because we don't win HOHs this season. They get thrown to you. That is how this whole season goes. Competitions are thrown, which, no shade to the Cookout. That's why some of the wins, I'm like, really? That was, like, when you're throwing the win to somebody, is it a win? I mean, I guess it is technically, but whatever.
It is because it's on your resume. Now, let's say if Derek F won this HOH
Sure.
competition. Do we think we've heard him ramble off with his mouth? We've heard him say if he's in the final two, he could talk his way into winning the game. Do you
No, he
think if he
won't.
won HOH that he would shake things up with the cookout? He doesn't like
No.
Tiffany. He said that on, the show and stuff. Do you think he would shake it up or not?
No. He would not if he won. If he had won, I believe the plan was Claire and Alyssa. He had his reasons to put them both up. We're not going to follow the plan of one next to the other because we never do that. But it doesn't matter because he didn't win. And
Right.
then we know Alyssa was the first one to fall like 1 second after the episode ends. Now, the
Right.
hot oracle tea about this, the hot oracle tea about her falling is she got sick. Apparently, she got really dizzy. She thought she was passing out or she thought she was going to black out and she jumped off. Because this was her competition to win. We were all like, Alyssa's got this. This competition is literally made for Alyssa.
Totally.
And she, according to her, she got dizzy, she whatever. And now we know the first three people out are have-nots. So the second she went inside, she started eating because she felt lightheaded and dizzy. Apparently, she got called into the DR and yelled at by production. Then she comes out of the DR and she's like crying at the kitchen counter, making the slop. And she's like, I can't do this. I'm going to lose too much weight. I'm already too thin. I just want to go home. I can't do this again. I can't do this for a week. Like crying breakdown after the HOH that she was a have not. And then she
Oh,
got over it.
yeah.
So that's a little bit of what you missed with that
She's
one.
she's hangry, girl. Okay, she's hangry, and I get the same way.
Yeah.
Poor thing. Yeah, should have like bulked up before this HOH.
Right.
Yeah.
And now, all of that was just to get to your point of what you were saying.
I forgot my.
So now, the people hanging on to this thing that are left are
Yeah.
Kyland, Tiffany, Hannah,
Claire.
and Xavier, and Claire. So Claire, who the hell cares? She jumps off because she has to. We know she has to jump
She
off.
threw it.
because...
Did she throw it good? I know she had to throw it.
Yeah. Yeah, she
Did
threw it
look
okay.
convincing?
Sure. I mean,
Were people
yeah.
convinced? Were the house guests convinced?
Yes. Hannah said she had to jump off, and I want to talk about the whole beetle and head injury thing in a minute.
Uh-huh.
She was getting concerned because apparently the back of her head was hitting into the elephant, and she was getting concerned of re-injuring her head injury, so she jumped off.
From OTEV? From what? And what? From what?
The beetle in the backyard when Derek Frazier jumped off the hammock and it flipped and she smashed her head on the episode last
that's
night.
right. Yes.
Yeah, so, and then the fight, but we'll talk about that. So, she got off. Now it's just Xavier, Ozza, Kyland, Tiffany, and Xavier is kind of like, all right, Kyland, Tiffany, Ozza hasn't won yet, so now we're all gonna fall so that Ozza can win it. And like Kyland isn't falling, and Tiffany's not falling, and then Ozza falls.
So no one's giving her these HOH. What is this? The second time that we've seen this happen to Ozza, where she's asked
Yeah, but
for it.
she's not in, and I might have the order wrong of the way the people fell. My point is everyone threw it or fell legitimately, and it ended up coming down to Kylan and Tiffany. We know Kylan falls and Tiffany wins and becomes HOH. However, a lot of the not fallout, but a lot of the one-on-one conversations afterwards were people like Xavier and Derek Frazier saying, this is ridiculous. Kyland and Tiffany they always put their own game ahead of the group. Azah hasn't got to see her family. Azah hasn't got to do anything. And neither one of them would throw it. And Tiffany is saying, well, I was holding on because Kyland was holding on. I don't trust Kyland. If once he fell, I would have fell. I would have thrown it to Azah 100%, but Kyland was holding on. So I had to hold on too. So there's just a lot of these one-on-ones, like when the six would break off, of people being frustrated that Kyland and Tiffany did not throw this. Xavier being one of the most frustrated people, to which Tiffany picked up on that in a second. So Tiffany does my favorite thing that she does when she like crosses her arms in front of her body and she's like, hi Xavier, hi America, in the way she, hi Xavier, okay. And he's like, what's this about? He's like, what's this about? And she's and Tiffany basically said, look, I'm not gonna lie to you. I held on. I know you are frustrated. We knew Tiffany or Claire were going this week. It was a 50-50. I wanted to protect Claire. And you know, Xavier, annoyed, he wanted to protect Alyssa.
Right.
But he threw it for them to be able to do, you know, their thing.
Right.
So...
Which this frustrates me because they can't win until Claire and Alyssa are gone. I know they're attached to their pawns, but they have to go. And Xavier is the only one that understands this, that is fine with it, that jokes when he's on the block that he's safe because he took complete trust into this alliance, which he should. And you've got Tiffany and Kyland constantly stretching that tether of this alliance, and it's just wonderful to watch.
Yeah. I see Debbie Dawn says, did he throw it though? I personally don't think Xavier threw it. I think Xavier actually fell. But he is taking the stance of, I threw it for the group and you two held on. I mean, obviously he's going to take that stance. And Derek Frazier is all upset that Kyland didn't come and check on him after this HOH to be like, how are you doing? I know you wanted to win. I know we were supposed to throw it to you. So a lot of people have their feelings hurt after this.
Well, what I want to know, my big question is when Tiffany makes a great argument. I held on because I don't trust Kyland, and Kyland's given her every reason not to because he's slithering around the boundaries of the alliance. But did anybody confront Kyland and be like, listen, we're going to throw it to Azah. Why didn't you drop?
A little bit, but not really. I mean, a little bit, yes, they shared those frustrations, but then again, no, not really, because they know at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like Azah did say to Xavier when they were talking, and I think Derek Frazier was kind of there, she was like, look, I let it go. I'm not as upset as I was the last time when it wasn't thrown to me. The goal is one of them going anyway. So, but, you know, yeah, the guys, I see TTBC says, are the guys more emotional in the Cookout? 100%. Fucking Kai's ego, Derek Frazier's, I'm gonna go with insecurities, and Xavier's irrationalness at times. I mean, God forbid you question him about not believing he's a bartender. He will throw a temper tantrum for fucking 3 hours and like give you the cold shoulder and not talk to you and how dare you not believe me. Meanwhile, he doesn't know one drink. So, I don't have to be as smart as, I don't know, a lawyer. But if I was going to go on this show and make up a fake occupation, I would probably make sure I knew something about it. I wouldn't
Hey,
be
how
like,
do you make a
guys,
how do you make a
yeah,
gin and tonic?
gin
What?
and tonic.
Tonic?
So it's like, that's not our fault, Xavier. Don't be mad at the house because you didn't work through your lies story. And not for nothing, just fucking all jump off the goddamn thing already. Like, honestly, I'm so sick of it. I just, I, it's like, I, I short circuit over this topic all the time. I don't
Oh
know
my
what to say. It makes it. This is why I have very high blood pressure and have to have all these things done. Here's because I bottle it all up, and it's all the Cookout's fault. My heart issues are the Cookout's fault, is what I am saying. Blame them. I'm gonna send them my bill. No. So
Better be in the little blurb for this show, you short circuiting.
I am short circuiting. Just they should have just all jumped off. Like honestly, at that point, Tiffany knew that Claire can't win, right? Alyssa falls. So everyone else is now up.
Yeah.
The whole Cookout's up, right?
The whole
If I'm in the Cookout at that point, I think they all just should have said, Azza, you stay, we're all jumping off. They all should have jumped off. Then they all should have got in a circle and went, Alyssa, Claire, come here. We want to talk to you guys. Sorry.
You in danger, girl.
This is the Cookout. This is what we've done all season. This is why we've done it. You're both going up on the block. Yada yada, whatever. One of you is going to go home. And then give the last person a fighting chance. They have no fighting chance, even if they were to win.
Of a fighting chance.
Yeah.
So they could possibly win their vote.
Well, right, but even if, let's say, because one of them has to go. There's no choice. Oz is the HOH. One of them will go. They control the votes, right? So their big fear in not doing this is, oh no, the following week, Claire, who's left over, could win. Or Alyssa could win if she wins the whatever. Point is, one of them definitely goes this week. No questions asked. There's only one left next week. What are you afraid of by not just being honest? 6 people can't take out one again, even if she wins, and then one of you go, right? So she wins HOH.
Double. So let's say Claire and Alyssa are on the block next week on Wednesday. We find out in the episode. Yeah. Now we're at the double eviction, right? So Claire or Alyssa are evicted. Now we do it all over again where if Claire's left or Alyssa's left, could win the HOH. And then who does she put up? And then who wins that? Yeah.
But my point is, so if that happens, right?
Someone from the Cookout
someone from the Cookout goes home. And then the next week, she cannot play. She is gone. You still have a Cookout member winning this game. My point is, it is stupid for them to keep the Cookout a secret anymore. It is over. Tell them about the Cookout already. Just there's no scenario to keep it a secret. And here's the thing. I know, this is what just enrages me about it. You're fucking giving the game to Kyland. Because you're not going to tell Claire. You're not going to tell Alyssa. You could literally build 2 little warriors for you. Like Tiffany, Azza, and Hannah could create 2 perfect warriors to go into that jury and battle for them. But they are not. They are going to keep it a fucking secret, and only Kyland is going to be the one that tells them, and that's going to be the thing that makes the jury member go, well, Kyland was honest with us. And Claire is going to be pissed at Tiffany, and it fucking enrages me why you're not just telling them about the Cookout because you're worried about losing 6-1. It's not even mathematically possible. Yes, one of you will have to go. Spoiler alert, 5 of you are going to have to go, and only one is winning. So why are you not telling Claire and Alyssa about it now? Stop giving the game to Kyland. Oh my god, it's so
Yeah.
it's the best season. It is the best alliance. Best season. It is the worst fucking season, and it drives me insane. Those are my 2 thought processes at all times. Like, the best, the worst. Very passionate about it.
You're very passionate. Now let's talk
What
about
would you like to talk about? What would you like to talk about?
some final twos. Who is the better person to sit next to in a final two? Is it Ozza? Is it Derek? Let's say.
Well,
it's
who are you? Oh
Kyland.
yeah, Derek.
Derek's the best over Ozza.
Oh yeah, because at least, well, let's put it this way. I think Ozza has the relationships to get her votes that Derek does not have. In other words, I think the girls would vote for Ozza, and the girls probably, aside from Ozza, probably would not give a vote to Derek F. Meaning, you want to bring Derek F. I don't really see anybody in that jury giving Derek F a win. He honestly has done nothing this
So
season.
Derek's the Victoria of the season.
Yes. And now don't get me wrong, because I have said all along, I find him hysterical. I love the conversations. I love what he does on the feed. But that's not game. Game-wise, he's really done nothing but complain about the girls, say he's going to flip out, not flip out, say he needs a strength competition to win, lose every strength competition he's given, complain that the game is not made for plus-size people and all the competitions are physical, and then lose every non-physical competition. So really, I don't know what Derek Frazier's argument is end game, but I pretty much think the ghost of Gina Marie could come back and beat him in a final 2. He's the person that you bring to final 2. He's done nothing.
Okay. No, I completely agree. So now the people on YouTube are also doing scenarios. Xavier and Tiffany, final 2. Who wins?
I love that you're on YouTube while I'm in the other chat. That's my favorite. I appreciate you.
Is
Thank
it?
you
Okay, good.
It is. I love that you're over there. Okay. Sorry, say that again.
Well, we're gonna do final 2 scenarios. So
Yeah.
Xavier and Tiffany in final 2. Who wins?
Oh, Chua.
Are you sure?
Tiffany.
Again? Okay.
No, because I'm gonna assume that means there are more of the. Oh no, there wouldn't be more of the Cookout girls. Because I'm going to go with the Cookout girls are voting for Tiffany. The Cookout guys are voting for Xavier. So that would be a wash there. That equals out equally. Claire is going to vote for Tiffany. Derek X is going to vote for Tiffany. Oh, God. Fucking Britney's never voting for... No, Tiffany wins.
Perfect.
No question. No question, Tiffany wins.
Kyland or Xavier?
Oh my god. Is there a glass of poison I can drink?
It's just the lighthearted show there, Oracle.
Glass of poison?
TV show.
Xavier. I mean, you know, they don't like they don't like Kyland.
Even though they've kind of found out about the Cookout through Xavier's goodbye post and the whole honesty argument you just gave us, you think they would still vote Xavier?
Well, but no, uh, let me rephrase. Yes, I think the Cookout would, but the Cookout is not the majority of the jury. The
Right.
non-cook in that
Well, you've got the
scenario,
Sarah Beth who found out about the alliance, and
yes,
we heard you in the final interview. We heard it from Derek X. So if it's Kyland and Xavier sitting there,
I
who?
think Sarah Beth is pissed at Kylan and does not vote for him.
Oh,
We know Britney is not voting for Kylan. I think Derek X will feel betrayed by Kylan.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I kind of, I don't know. I really don't.
Goody, yeah.
I that honest. No, I don't even need to. I want to say that would be an interesting one to see, but no, I want Tiffany to win. So I hope Tiffany is in the end. I don't understand how nobody votes for Tiffany when, if I was Tiffany, my final two speech would be, it is my plan that got us to the 6 and got me to this place and got me to this chair. Without me, no one would have made it this far. I deserve to win and sit back down. That's all she has to
And
say.
that would answer all your questions, right? Nobody
Well,
in jury would have a question.
right. I mean, she needs to say it nicer than that because, I mean, the way you get the vote from a jury member is to make them feel that you were part of, that
Yeah.
they were part of your game and you got to
Hmm.
stroke their ego and jerk them off. But that's the point. It's my plan that got us here. This worked because of my plan. I won 2 HOHs back to back. I got rid of Sarah Beth. Well, I mean,
Hmm.
technically Claire did. You know, whatever. I've done the most. I deserve to win. I mean, anybody that doesn't vote for
Yeah.
Tiffany, I mean, granted, we still have 3 weeks left. I mean,
Hmm.
Kylan could just get back-to-back wins here. Derek, I don't know. As of now, it's not even close. Tiffany is the most deserving, in my opinion.
Absolutely. I mean, she's done a great game. Has she? I don't think she's been on the block, has she?
No.
No.
Oh no, Ozza has,
Ozza has.
right? No,
Hmm.
Ozza has not.
No.
No, Ozza has not. Ozza and Tiffany, but I keep forgetting that week that Ozza. I always think that
I,
week
I
when Ozza went to Xavier and was like, "Put me up, don't put Brittany."
right,
I
right.
keep forgetting he did not put her up. I keep
And I
thinking he put her
because
up
she
that
was
week.
supposed to sit next to Brittany in the plan, but that never happened.
Right. So no, Ozza and Tiffany have both never. And I mean, what a resume builder that will be too. If Tiffany can make it
Oh my gosh.
to the end and never have been nominated on top of anything else. Like, I would just stand up and say that. I'd be like, hi, Jurica. Because how she always goes, hi, America, on the feed. I'd just be like, hi, jury. Excuse me. I've never been nominated. It's my first time here. It was my plan that got me here. We all had a great season. I had to live with Kylan the entire fucking time, right there alone, pretending and stroking that ego for fucking 3 months. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Okay, I deserve to win. Gonna sit back down now. I mean, that's all she has to do. That's all she has to do.
All she has to do.
Like, she totally wins. I see people in You Now chat saying Ozza versus Hannah. I mean, technically, Hannah, in my opinion, Hannah
Mhm.
would deserve that win. Hannah has done more strategically. You know, I base who I think deserves to win on who I feel has done the
Yeah.
most strategically in the game, and I just feel like Hannah has done more than Ozza. That being said, if we were purely picking the winner on who I like the most, I would want Ozza to win hand down. Ozza will get all my votes for fan favorite.
Oh yeah.
Ozza, my favorite, far and away.
No, Ozza's great. Ozza is
Nick,
phenomenal.
can we talk about the beetle for a moment now?
Yeah, let's talk about the beetle.
So we got, you know, the house, most of the people in the backyard. We got Derek Frazier on a hammock with Hannah. Along comes a beetle.
could hear it.
Derek Frazier flies out of the hammock, which sends Hannah ricocheting to the ground, smashes her head. We also know her hand, too. Like, for those that watch the feeds, when it came back after all of this, her arm was kind of ace bandaged as well. To which I would say, apparently you have to be named after a holiday in order to get medical attention in that place. Remember when Christmas fell and she got rushed to the ER? Not Hannah. They're like, here you go, sweetheart. Here's an ace bandage for your wrist, a lollipop, and you get back out there. Go get. You're young. Your body is still very
Next
flexible.
Comp's endurance. You should be fine.
Yeah. Next comes endurance. You're great. You're very rubbery. You still got a lot of elasticity in your bones. You're good. Yeah. She saw a doctor in the ER. Again, so my point, how Christmas got to go to an emergency room and Hannah got to see the diary room doctor. It's like when they go, I'm going to see the therapist in the DR. It's a producer. Shh. Shh.
Oh my gosh.
So, so there was that. Then at the same time, there's the fire happening in the kitchen. And I liked how it was so very dramatic. They were like, cut to the outside. There's trauma happening. Cut back to inside. There's a pan on the stove. Now, I thought the fire was going to come, because we knew from the live feeds that the fire happened. I thought the fire was going to come out of the pan. I don't know why they kept showing the pan when the fire was in the oven. I also don't know what a special kind of stupid these people have to be. Just close the oven. Do you know what puts out fires is no air? So all you had to do was just close the oven. And if you noticed, because they did, by the time Ozza got back with the fire extinguisher, and like Claire's like, we're bracing, I'm bracing, and she opens it, the fire's out, and then Ozza's thought process is, I'm not eating her fucking food. So Ozza's just squirting the fire extinguisher in there. Okay, it's out.
Did we know it was burning?
Pizza, I think.
Oh, garlic bread or...
I don't remember. Oh, it was steak. So the steak.
Because they were doing
fat.
surf and turf, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
steak
like
fat.
that. Yeah.
Probably the fats from the steak. That must have had a nice char on it. Well, can you eat fire extinguisher? Isn't it just baking soda? Ask your friend.
know.
Ask your friend.
Oh. Hey, Google, can you eat fire extinguisher?
Or is fire extinguisher toxic?
SurfaceFireEquip.com, they say. Despite being non-toxic, you shouldn't try to eat the powder.
Okay, well, Diane Porter, I gotta love Google. Diane Porter says no, it is chemicals. Okay, so I guess we can't then.
Powder.
Womp womp, so I guess they didn't eat those steaks.
What happens if you ingest
All right, that's
fire
enough, Google.
extinguisher?
Yeah, thanks, Google. 10
No.
years later. Yeah.
The Cliff Notes. Just the Cliff Notes.
Just the Cliff Notes. No, you can't eat fire extinguisher is the moral of
You
the story.
you just can't eat a whole lot or your throat becomes raw and inflamed.
Yeah. I mean, I know they always say you're supposed to have a fire extinguisher like in your kitchen just for those things. I'm never really worried. I know I can just yell at it.
Do you
and it'll
have
go
one in
out.
your... I don't have one in my kitchen.
No, because if there's a fire, I'll just yell at it and it will go out. Listen here, fucking fire. I've had about enough of you.
Just tell them what's going on in your life and it'll just...
You're like, you want to hear problems, fire? Okay. Carotid arteries. They're in your neck. Who knew? I always thought arteries were somewhere else.
Just give the fire a rundown of your week. And then
Listen.
just extinguish.
You're fine. You're fine, fire. Or I would have to, cook something. I would have to cook
There you
something
go.
that doesn't involve water. And that's basically all my meals. Ramen,
It-
oatmeal, water. Or microwave. Done.
Like boiling water doesn't necessarily catch on fire.
Right. Although I will say, pro tip: don't say you don't learn anything outside of the show, outside of Big Brother here, people. Do not put one of those party plates in your microwave. You know, if you get the party plates that have the fun designs on them, like at a birthday party, like if you want to heat up some food, yeah, they explode.
Like the paper plates.
Yeah, but then it has like a foil detail, and then you put that in the microwave,
yeah.
and your plate catches on fire. So be careful of that.
Yeah.
And then
Those
again,
fancy ones, yeah.
right, and well, we have nice parties around here. So, and again, when that happens, just keep your microwave closed, because again, fires go out with no air.
That's a tip. The more you know, just like CBS has, the more you know.
Okay, so that was very exciting. Did we need the feeds down for 4 hours for that? I don't feel we did. I don't feel that was worth the feeds being down for 4 hours.
Well, you know, it could take the DR doctor a little time to examine.
Well, they got to look on WebMD.
Wikipedia.
So what did you say was... Oh, head pain? Okay, looking... Oh, Jesus.
Brain arm.
Brain arm. So I'm just letting now. Yeah, that was so ridiculous. And like we said, I'm happy to see we're gonna see Zingbot this week. That'll be great. Sad Sarah, but oh, we didn't talk about Jury. Let's talk for a second about Jury. Were you excited to see Britney? Were you embarrassed that they made her fight a statue for her segment? Because I was.
I didn't realize how much I missed Britney till I saw it. And I love the Brits. I love her, you know, talking to herself and making new friends with objects that can't speak back. You know, it was hilarious. I loved her little clip. And then, of course, DX walking in, and even the people that she wanted to walk in, like Kyland. Yeah. So, no, I loved it. It's cute. Just love Britney.
Now, something that we have said on this show, or that I have said, is that I feel that Derek Frazier told Britney about the cookout.
He did.
Okay. Now, do we still think that, seeing her reactions tonight? She was very much like, I swear to God, production was like, Britney, so get ready. We're going to film now. I know the way all of these things work. I got to film many of these segments last season, so I know the way it goes. I guarantee you it went like this. Ready? Britney, we're going to film the segment now. We're going to have the next juror come in. We're going to want you to fight the statue, so do that. But then we need extreme reactions. I'm going to need over the top. You know your TikToks? I'm going to need that, but 10. And then Britney's like...
TikTok energy.
Yeah, need the TikTok energy. So that's why in every one of those scenes, it's the most mundane thing happen. Derek's like, look, he won the veto. Britney's like, I was just like, okay, Britney, that was just like the veto. And then they'll be like, I talked to somebody. I'm not sure who it could have been, but I think there might be some people working together. She's like, nah. She's like, I'm having a seizure. I was just like, what are you doing, Britney? What are you doing? I don't get it at all. It was so over the top. It was over the top for Britney. Although my favorite moment...
She's over the top.
It was over the top, but my favorite moment of all of it was when she saw the HOH after her eviction, balance beam. Of course, after I'm gone, balance beam. I could have won it. That's all Britney did the entire time she was there, was complained about the comps after, woulda, coulda, shoulda won them, and how she would have been amazing if only she could have. She's in jury, out of the game, she's still doing it. Balance beam, that was my comp.
But that's Britney. She's over the top every time she was on the block.
Her.
Why are people trying to get me out of here? I'm such a threat. You're a pawn. Like, that's just been her whole thing.
I just love her. I love that Britney.
I know.
Well, you know what else I love, John?
What?
I love when the feeds come back, which I'm not sure if they're back right now. I know when we were live, they just went down. So your latest up to the moment news is, Tiffany is of course putting up Alyssa and Xavier. Mm-hmm. They are going with that. Okay, they are not back yet. So her plan, they had discussions last night. Tiffany was like, I'm not meeting with anyone. We don't need to have these discussions. We know what we're doing. She said to Xavier, look, the target is Alyssa. It's obviously not going to be Claire because I'm HOH. Because the target is Alyssa, I need to put you next to her. A, it's the plan. B, if you win veto, I need you to take yourself down. If you were not on the block and you won veto, Alyssa would be expecting you to take her down. I don't want you in that position.
Right.
Xavier is like, well, I wouldn't do that, but I understand why you're doing that. And she's like, all right, well, that's the plan. That's what we are doing. And that's what's happening. Tiffany has said if Alyssa wins POV, she will put Claire up in her place.
She has to.
Does she? She doesn't. Just FYI, she doesn't.
I would want her to put up Kyland, but then that would fracture the cookout. Then it would be everyone for themselves.
It would, but she's also burning her jury vote. You think Claire votes for her?
No.
Or
maybe Claire does, because once she learns that this has been the plan since week 3, maybe Claire respects that and goes, damn, that was good. We're seeing everyone who's exiting this house. No, are you mad? No.
Well, because I'm such an oracle of knowledge, I just made the feeds come back.
Awesome.
And the hot, fresh take of the moment is they have the little table now.
Ooh.
So I'm believing nominations are done, and we no longer have the big kitchen table. We now have the medium table. That's exciting.
Very exciting. You know what I think is exciting? That we had Debbie Dawn, C. Farlow, Stephanie, Nancy Drew, Janine, Richard T., Ginger Snaps, all watching, Jackie Knows, all watching with us on YouTube. So thanks, Riley. Yeah.
Those were the top YouTubers. The top YouNowers that were watching with us live. Chickadee, BB Bonbon, Doctor Who Whore, Debbie in Texas, Robin, Nurse Cheryl, Lost and Cruise, Becca. Thank all of you guys for wherever you watch these shows live or watch them back, of course. Like we always say, make sure that you subscribe, like, and follow Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I've been posting these last few days. I've been posting a lot of TikTok videos, like Big Brother related and Big Brother related Insta stories, which only exist in those two places. They're very funny. Like, Sarah Beth was sleeping in the living room, and I basically put her in a coffin with flowers.
Oh, no. I liked your tweet. It was hilarious.
Oh, you saw that one?
I saw it.
I just, That's my point. There's different content everywhere is the point. So you guys following reality recaps everywhere. You get to see different things. Follow Comedy Jonah everywhere. But like we say, follow, like, and subscribe. Without you guys, there wouldn't be a show. So share it, tell your friends, tell your family, put it in a Facebook group. You're our best little marketing friends, and we love you all for it. Comedy Jonah, final thoughts?
No, just excited for next week to start this double eviction. Yay!
Me too. So you guys can go head over to the feeds right now. They are back. I will be back tomorrow while they are playing the POV competition, and we'll do some more live feed spoilers. I'll fill you in on that. And then John and I will be back on Sunday night following the episode, perhaps with a special guest. Ooh. We'll see you guys all on the next show. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends.